Kesan Wisudawan Universitas Ciputra diwakili oleh Betari Aisyah, Sarjana Psikologi. Kami persilahkan.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. May God's blessings and peace be upon us. Coming from a state high school and going to a private university was definitely an uncommon decision, unless you were rejected by a state university. As I chose Ciputra University as the one and only option, many people disagreed with my decision. Many thought that I made a careless decision, being disrespectful towards open opportunities to go to remarkable state universities, or being inconsiderate because I ignored my state high school's expectation. But I went through all the odds except one disagreement which came from the most impactful person in my life, which was my mom. However, it was totally understandable what she was concerned about. For most of you here today, being in this university may be something that you can take for granted, but it wasn't for me. I remember my dad once told me, once you get in, there is no turning back. That's just how significant it was to choose Ciputra University for me and my family. That described, if only I failed to preserve my scholarship, I probably just wouldn't have had any second chance to continue my study here. The consequence would be just too unaffordable. Therefore, I work here day and night to show to my parents that choosing this university was a decision I made responsibly, that I wasn't playing around here. Because I believe, regardless God blessed me to be an entrepreneur, a businesswoman or not, the enriching process of hybrid education here will still be beneficial for me in the future. Some of you might have been wondering, what is the point of me working so hard, setting a high standard for myself, going to one competition to another, pursuing a really high GPA? The only reason that I can tell you, because I know my mom at that time wasn't 100% with me. She didn't 100% agree with my decision. So not until, the efforts, all these efforts I've given felt really meaningless, not until I finally could get my parents got invited to the university attending Psychology Diamond Award. And I saw her, my mom, sitting there, saw me, went up to the stage, receiving awards, nominations at that night. And I saw her smile, and she clapped for me proudly. And I know at that day, her smile was the biggest achievement I have ever received during my study here. Besides all those trophies, all those certificates, but her smile, I finally can convince myself that I got her blessings 100%. And that is the biggest trophies, the biggest achievement I have ever made here. You might see me as a high-achieving person who got under the spotlight lots of time. But behind that, God has given me, my family, an extraordinary life, and especially for myself, well, it's a bizarre life since I was born. So the story is, around 10 years ago, my birth mom passed away, and my family became incomplete. That was one of the darkest times of my life, until 7 years ago, my mom who is attending here today, with all her courage and sincerity, came to our lives and recompleted us. It has been definitely not an easy pathway to go through, both for her or the three of us. But we have stuck together, going through all the storms, and survived. So today, in front of my friends, in front of my lecturers, and all my loved ones here, I would like to express my greatest thank you for you, my mom. Can I see you? Where are you? Ah, there you are. Bunda, thank you for coming to our lives. Thank you for staying for us. Thank you for staying all this time. I'm sorry I might haven't had much chance to spend time with you yet. I might haven't been a perfect daughter for you, but please let me tell you this, that you are my mom. You have always been my mom. And inshallah, you will always be my mom. And no matter where I go, whoever I go up with, and I always wish that Allah will shower you with all of His blessings and happiness as much as joy you bring to our family. Thank you for being my father's wife, and especially thank you for being my mom. Thank you very much for coming to our lives. And I would like to invite both of my parents. Ayah, Bunda, please join me on the stage. Thank you for staying with me and support my decision to be in Ciputra University. Although sometimes it's really hard to survive, but you always be there for me. Thank you very much. I invite all you ladies and gentlemen to give a round of applause for two most significant persons in my life.